Welcome to Ridgeway's Learning for Life video lessons, and in this lesson we're going to be talking about understanding and how to identify and also to find different kind of chords on your instrument. And in a previous lesson I covered how to find or understanding chords and keys, and we mostly focused on the keys. And if you remember, we just took our hand and I said that the key that you're playing in, if you have a G scale and you have G, A, B, C, and D, that you would use the first, the fourth, and the fifth. So the three chords found in a key of G are G, C, and D. In the Mount Dulcimer, we're in a D scale, so you have D, E, F sharp, G, and A. If you take the first, the fourth, and the fifth, you have D, G, and A. So that's in a previous video. I'll put a link to that in the description, but you can review that. To find the notes in a chord, and we did mention this, but we didn't really go into detail, you would use the first, third, and fifth. So if you wanted a D chord, you would have D, F sharp, and A. So the three chords, the three notes that make up a D chord are D, F sharp, and A. If you want to know the notes in an A chord, you have an A scale, A, B, C, D, E. And that's a C sharp, but you have A, C sharp, and E. So A and E. Does that make sense? If you're going to find the notes in a G chord, you have G, A, B, C, and D. So the first, third, and fifth are G, B, and D. So if you understand that the notes found in the chord are the first, third, and fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, C, E. If we were using D, D, F sharp, A. So D, F sharp, and A, first, third, and fifth. Okay, so our dulcimers are tuned, or can be tuned to different things, but this is tuned to D, A, and D. All right, now we said that the three notes that make up a D chord are D, F sharp, and A. So we don't have the F sharp, but we have two of those notes, D and A, D, A, D, which give you a D chord. Okay, so I'm going to make just a chord. Let's say an A chord. That would be the easiest to start with. All right, this is your A chord. You're fretting the first fret on the first string, or the melody, and the first fret on the bass string. So if this is a D, when you fret this, that becomes an E. You still have your A, and then you have an E. So you have E, A, and E. All right, so what are the notes that make up an A chord? A, C sharp, D, and E. Okay, A, D, and E. So what you have here is you have an E, you have an A, and you have an E. So you have two of those notes in the three. In other words, A, B, C, D, E. You have the A and the E. A, or E, A, E. Let's make a G chord. Actually, let's just go up. Here you have, you're fretting the 2, which is a D chord. All right, so you have D, E, F sharp, A, and D. So you have F sharp, A, and D. So let's see what makes up a D chord. D, E, F sharp, G, and A. So here we have all three. F sharp, A, and D. Okay, let's do a G chord. All right, so we're on the third here. So this is D, E, F sharp, G. So you have a G note here. This is an A, but you're fretting it at 1, so this becomes a B. And then you have your D. So you have G, B, D. The notes in a G chord, G, B, D, G, B, D. We're using all three as we fret this chord. All right, if we go farther, we have a D chord. All right, let's figure out the notes. D, E, F sharp, G. You have an A right here, A. In the middle, you have A, B, C, D. You have an A and a D. Here you have D, E, F sharp. Okay, let's do that again. D, E, F sharp, G, A. You have an A here. A, B, C, D. So you have A and D. Then you have D, E, F sharp. So what are the notes in a D chord? D, E, F sharp, G, and A. We have that in that configuration right here. Okay, let's go up and do a G. So you're playing 5-3-3. You have D, E, F sharp, G, A, B. So you have a B note right here. Then you have A, B, C, D. So you have a B and a D. All right. On D, this bass string, D, E, F sharp, G. So you have a B, a D, and a G. And the notes in a G chord are G, B, D, G, B, D. So I hope that's making sense. All right, let's go up. We're just going to do two more. We're going to do 6.5 and 4, 4. All right, so what chord is that? We have D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, C sharp. Okay, so you have a C sharp here. Then we're fretting the middle string at 4. So you have A, B, C, D, E. So C sharp and an E. All right. Then we've got on this, we got a 4 on the bass string. So you have D, E, F sharp, G, and A. Okay, so you have a C sharp here. You have an A here. And you have an E here. So what makes up your A chord? A, C sharp, D, E. A, C sharp, and E. So I'm hoping this makes sense to you. We'll do one more. And that'll be 7, 5, and O. Your 7 is going to be your octave. So let's see that. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, C sharp, D. So that's your octave. Open, and then at the 7th fret is your octave. So you have a D right here. You also have a D over here because that's going to be open. So you have 2 Ds. So we need to figure out the middle string, which was right here at 5. A, B, C, D, E, F. All right, so you have a D, you have the F sharp, and then you have a D. So in a D chord, you have D, E, F sharp, A. We're using those two. So I hope that makes sense if you understand how your scale works. And I know there were sharps in there that I didn't mention, or I'm not worried about that. You still get the basic idea of what I'm trying to explain in finding your chord. So if you were, because I had this come up, somebody said, what was the 6.5/4/4? What chord is that? Now, it does help to know, again, what notes are in the chord. All right, so if we're at 6.5, let's do this backwards. We want to know what this chord is right here. So what you have is D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, C sharp. So we have a C sharp here. All right, then we have this middle one, middle string at 4, A, B, C, D, and E. So you have a C sharp and you have an E. And then the D over here, you have D, E, F sharp, G, and A. All right, now you do sort of need to know, and it's not that hard, because really you're only working with 3 major chords to start. You have B minors, yes, you have other things, but if you just start with understanding the 3 chords in a key, we're in the key of D, so it's D, G, and A. We're going to start with D, G, and A. There are many, many other chords. There's sharps, there's sevenths, there's all kind of things like that. There's minors, but we're just going to work with these 3 to start with. So to know the chords, you want to learn the notes in the D, G, and the A chord. So D, F sharp, and A, right there. In the G chord, G, B, C, D, G, B, D. And then the A, C, that's a C sharp, and E, A, C sharp, and E. All right, so that'll get you started in understanding your chords. And so obviously this is an A chord. So, in your first, from 0 to 7, you only have, if you're going to use just the major ones, you have D, G, and A all the way up your fretboard here. And again, there's B minors, there's F sharp minors, there's different things, but that will help you at least understand why a chord is a chord and how that chord is made up. So I hope that's helped. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and we will see you very soon on the next one.